Dear Faiz, we can start the meeting.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the participants to day two of our one-week international workshop on Python Essentials for Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning, and Data Science. After establishing a strong foundation in Python during our first session, today we move on to one of the most practical and essential aspects of the language, Python data structures. These concepts are the building block of efficient programming and are indispensable for developing applications in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Today's session will cover strings, lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, file handling, exception handling, modules, packages, and along with hands-on implementation through a student record system, text processing, dictionary applications, and file reading and writing. These topics will help you understand how data is stored, organized, processed, and managed in real-world Python applications. Whether you're developing AI models, analyzing data sets, or building intelligent software, mastering these core Python concepts is essential for writing efficient, organized, and scalable programs. The practical exercises planned for today will provide valuable experience in applying these concepts to real-world problems. I encourage everyone to actively participate, code along with the demonstrations, and make the most of today's hands-on activities. Learning by doing is the best way to strengthen your programming skills and build confidence in Python. It is now my pleasure to welcome our esteemed mentor and speaker, Dr. Mehchan, whose expertise in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science has inspired countless learners. His practical teaching approach and industry-oriented insights continue to bridge the gap between theory and real-world applications. With great pleasure, I now invite Dr. Mehchan to kindly lead us into today's session. Over to you, sir.
Uh, Thanks, dear Faiz, for nice introduction. And dear participant, welcome back to our second day of the workshop. So my first and simple question is, if you have any doubt related to the yesterday's lecture, specifically to establish Jupyter Notebook, and I hope if you have done and there is no problem, and if you are familiar how you can upload the file, how you can create the Jupyter file. If you have any question, please let me know so that the second session we can easily start without any doubt. Okay. Please, you can reply yes, no, or you can unmute your mic if you have any question. Please don't hesitate because this is very mandatory. Please reply me in the chat box who has installed Anaconda Navigator in your system. If you have done, yes. If you not done, then no. Please frequently yes, no reply. Okay. There are 13 participants. I get 5 response. Okay. What about others who did not give me reply? Anita Kher ma'am. Ankita, you did not reply me. Okay. So I suppose to that you have established this Anaconda Navigator in your system. Okay. If not, then you should. If you have any question, I share one video also there so that you can easily establish this Anaconda Navigator in your system and how we can use. Okay. If anyone have any problem, you can see the lecture, follow the same instruction. If you have any problem, you can chat with me or you can ask me. Okay, Fatima Khalid, you must try. I could not open the PDF file. It shows me blank. Actually, Fatima Khalid madam, PDF files are not open there. Okay, for the PDF file, we will not use Jupyter notebook. Okay, in the Jupyter notebook, you can open only the Python files which I have shared with you. Okay, the other content, and you can open CSV file containing some data set. So other files will not open there. Okay, don't try to open any PDF file there. So once again, you can see my screen. I'm going to share. My desktop is visible to all the participants. Okay, so this file I shared with you yesterday. I hope you have completed this one. And also, I have let you know how you can write the file. Okay, there you can have one more from how you can download or upload the file. So you can see you can create any directory. Okay, just like if you have created the folder from this place, you can create as I explained yesterday. So this is the new folder, and you can give the name. Okay, here you can put any name of the file folder. Okay, just like I have the untitled. Okay, and when you will enter again, this directory will open, and you can see there is no file in this directory. If you want to create new file, you can click here. Okay, you can open new file, and we can edit. And from this place, you can upload any file. Suppose that I want to upload here. This is the chapter number 2 and 3. Okay, if anyone we want to upload, we can do here. If you want to open, you are required to select and enter. So this will open. See, this will open here. Okay, so this is the way how you can use Jupyter Notebook interface using Anaconda Navigator. So now that today we are going to start from this chapter number 1, and I hope that some of you have used this file. So yesterday, some of the examples we have discussed is like you can see, we can store. Actually, all the stuff we have ready, and to save our time, we can use this stuff. Just you are required to understand the syntax only. Okay, so here text along with the text definition and examples we have put here. So this is the very first example. See, here we are entering some information. Name we store here. Okay, age we store here, salary we store here. So there are 3 variables with respect to their different values. Okay, so when you will press Control and Enter, okay, this shell will execute. Also, sometime you will confuse about this number. This number which appear on the left side, just like here is 2, here is 8, here is 2. Okay, so these number representing how many shell has been executed. Okay, if I will re-execute the file again, restart the kernel, you will see this is first time. This is the one number shell executed. This is the second part. Okay, this is the third. This is the 4, and so on. Total we have 7. So if you will restart this shell again, so the sequence will be after 7. So this will be now 8. Okay, this will be now 9. So the print function is there to print the values which we store at this place. Okay, so these are the output values: name, age, salary, which we print by using these variable name only. Okay, then if we have the program, just like here we have is my detail. This is the variable I have stored. This is the age. Okay, then I want to print with some more detail. So here, what we are doing, we are using string. This is the string name. Then along with there will be detail about the name. Then this is the second variable age. Okay. So when I will execute, you can see this is the input argument. This is the input argument variable which we have stored the information here in these two statements. Okay, so what the concept here is, just you are required to understand the syntax, how we are store the value and how we are printing the value. And if you need to print with string, with the string mean, just like you can see when I will execute this shell by using control plus enter. Okay, so now you can see by using this string here, I have name. And by using this one, I have this value, which I store in name. So here, the detail you can find. Then I have the age. Okay. So variable here is the information is about age. Okay. So the value stored inside this variable, which we are using here. So this automatically use this value for this variable and print here. Okay. Why do we use the variable? Because we can store the value, and after that we can perform different type of the operations. We can use anywhere in our program. Okay. So this will make the program flexible and reusable. So these are some features to create a variable. So here also you can see in this example, radius is equal to 5. Okay, this is the variable. And we want to calculate the area of the circle. And we know the formula for the circle, area of the circle is pi r square. So this is the value of pi. This is the value of pi, just like 3.14159. This is radius into radius means radius square. So either you can use like in this way. This is also r square. Okay, so this will calculate the area. The value is same, or either you can use radius here. Okay, so you can use radius in this way also. What is the meaning of dynamic typing? Dynamic typing is that the type of the variable is determined automatically at the runtime, and you not required to declare the type of the variable before using it. Okay, and in the Python, a variable can hold values for the different data type at the different times. Okay, just like if you are using C or C++ here, where in that we have to decide the variable, what type of the variable we are using, just like integer, float, okay, then a string, and there are several type of the data type. Okay, so but here when we will store, we are not required to define which type of data we are using. This will automatically understand and will store the data accordingly. But the most important thing is the syntax, which we need to use for different purpose. Okay, so here you can see we have the examples, and you can extract which type of the data we are using. Okay, so here x is equal to 10, and this is the integer. X is equal to 3.14. This is the example of float value. So if here is string hash sign, comment, control and enter. So when we are using comment, then that is the not part of the programming, but some description about what we are doing here and what are the purpose, etc. So here you can see the value of x variable is 10. Okay, if I uncomment this one, control, and you can see here when I execute this shell, we have 10. Control and enter. Now you can see the value changed, because the value initially we store here is x is equal to 10, but later the variable is same, and value here is 3.14. So this value automatically replace the previous one and update the value of X variable. That's why we have the when you will execute. So the latest value, this one will print here. Again, if you can see here, X is equal to, I have the Python. This is the string information. Okay. And when I will execute, you can see here is a new value. Okay, so the meaning is to say if you are using the same variable for different values, only the last value which will be updated will print only. Okay, as you can see by using this example. If you want to check the type of the data set, okay, for example, here X is equal to 10, type X. So this will return the type, which type of the data is there. Here the value of X is 3.14, type X and print. Here is Python, type X. So when you will execute this shell, you can see, okay, this is the integer. You can see this is the class of the data type. This is the float. Okay. And the last one we have is string. So this is the str. Str means string. Okay. So these are in this way we can check the data type while we are using, because many times we are required to understand, and whenever you have some database in a CSV file or Excel file, you have collected some information and you are required to understand the entire data set before using it. So this class will help you to understand the data set, the information which has been stored in your data set. Okay. And if there is any blank value or any, just like if you have one variable where a user need to define male or female. Okay. In the case of male, some user will use M in uppercase. Some will use all the characters in the uppercase. Some will use all the characters in the lowercase. Okay. So, Python is very sensitive. So, M in uppercase first character, all the characters are in uppercase, all the characters in the lowercase. So, these are three different variables. And this will create the prompt to analyze the data set. So, we have to understand the data set, and if there is a such type of a problem, we can clean the data set. Okay, so we can make it uniform for uh, statistical analysis purpose. Okay, so there are some operations which we will use in the coming sessions, and then after we will work on how we can do statistical analysis, how we can develop the machine learning models, etc. Okay, so all the things will be there. So actually the thing is within 7 days, all the content which we are required to present 2 weeks at least, we are covering within the 1 week. So you have to complete all the files, okay, and you will manipulate as I will suggest you. And the core points, the core fundamentals you must cover, because there are about 7 lectures. And today we are going to cover, sorry, there are 8 chapters, which we are going to cover 3 in this session. Okay. So this can be possible because we have complete ready data set. Okay. Files are ready and we can easily cover. And all these files will be available in your WhatsApp group after the session. Okay, what you need to spend at least 1 hour on these 3 files, execute them, read the concept, use them, understand the syntax. Syntax are very, very important. But as you know, the Python is as simple as we are speaking. Okay, you have a lot of information. Just you are required to convert your thought as a computing syntax in Python only. Okay, so you are required only 10 to 20% efforts for new concept only. Rest all the things we all are familiar. Okay, Python is not a big problem. Python is very quite simple. So here you can see this example also. Here we put a age in lowercase, here is uppercase, and both will be different as Python is very sensitive. This theoretical part I can skip. So if there is any question related to this file, please you can ask me. Any question, please. If do you have any question? So in this file, we cover which data type. Okay, we have some more detail about the data type, but the basic data type which we can use here are included in this file. No question? Okay, going to switch to another file. This is the new one. Okay, so here we have very just like variables we are covering, data type and operations. So very interesting operations are there, and operations are very important, because when you will understand the operations which are used here in this file. Okay, so when we will use Python libraries, just like NumPy, then we have the pandas, we have matplotlib, data frame. Okay, so in that case, these operations will help you about the operations. So here I will quickly complete this file. So here you can see the variable, about the variable we have discussed already. So some parts we have covered. I can skip that one. So here you can see store user input. Okay, here. Okay, I put here, it's asking enter the age. Suppose that it is 45. Okay. See, so I need to discuss here the second example. Perform the calculation. Here we choose the variable a and b, their respective values are there, and sum is equal to a plus b. Okay, so this will calculate the value, and simply we can print sum. So this will return only this value, which is 777. Okay, but this is not looking fine. What we do, we will add string here as we do in the previous example. Sum of a and b is, then value. Okay, which will be computed by this statement. Okay, so this part will print here, and then the value of a plus b here. Okay, and in the second example, we have the counter update and track the value. So here we start the counter at counter is equal to 1, starting from 1. So this value will be update. Here we have counter plus 1. Okay, so each time one value will be added. Okay, so if you are using here 1, okay, so the value will be updated here, will be added here. This value will be used at this place, and 1 plus 1 will be 2, and this value will be updated at this place. This value, this variable will update the value using this operation, and here the value will call, and when you will execute, this value will print. Okay, now here we have a conditional statement. Okay, what is the meaning of conditional statement? Many times we work on the basis of the condition. Okay, just like as a teacher, we motivate to the student, if you will get the marks more than 90%, we will, if you will get the marks. So if is the condition, and the condition either will be true or false. So according to that, which the condition you will apply, okay, the decision will be taken. So if we will motivate the student, if anyone get the marks more than 90%, we will give you prize, any prize. Okay. If not, then no. action. If true, then there is action. Okay. See here, we have applied the condition. Temperature is equal to 30. Okay. If temperature is greater than 30, then it's a hot day. So this is the condition which we apply at space. If, then what? Temperature is greater than 30. If marks are greater than 90, okay, then what? You have the price. Clear? If the condition is not satisfied, no output. This is the very simple condition here. If the condition is true, only then we have the price. If the condition is failed, then no price. Simple. So here you can see no output. It means the condition is not true because 30 cannot be greater than 30. 30 cannot be greater than 30. Okay, that's why no output. If you take here 31, now 31 is greater than 30 and this will return the output. Now the condition is true. Okay, now condition is true. If you want to apply the condition here, greater than and equal to, then this is also true for 30. Okay, because both the one of the both condition must be true. Either the value must be greater than 30 or it must be equal to 30. Okay, so one condition must be true. If you are using here 29, condition not satisfied, no output, no decision. Okay, so these are the condition statement. So the importance of the condition statement is when you want to give the instructions to the computer and the computer will perform according to your instructions. Okay, what do you want to ask to the Python? And Python will perform according to which the conditions you will apply. Okay, according to these logic, Python will perform computing. Okay, there will be various examples in this file and the other files which I will share with you, and all these operations will help you when we have the real data set to apply different type of the filters to extract some subset of the data set, okay, and many more. Okay, so these concept will help you. Okay, so in the next example, we have store user input. So sometimes you have developed any software or you want to ask to the user enter the value and then according to we have the output. Okay, so see a very simple example I try to put here, and there will be various examples based on the input function also. Okay, so we have a lot of content. I will provide you for more practice, but just you need to understand the concept. Okay, so here if you are using the input, this is the input function for user. Okay, and in the code sign you can see enter your age. And as soon as the user will enter the age, that will store inside this variable. Then what do you want to print? Print you are age year old. Okay, so see here. Now it's asking enter your age. I enter here 25. You are 25 years old. Renubala, yes, ma'am. Everything when we have the data set, how we can visualize them, how we can save the file. Okay, everything. Don't worry. During these 7 days, okay, you will learn a lot of things. Okay, everything which we need for the data analytic, which we need for machine learning model. Okay, so you will learn everything how you can visualize the data set, different type of the visualization, different libraries are there. As I told in the very beginning yesterday, we will cover just like Matplotlib, PyPlot, okay, then Seaborn and Plotly. These three libraries are very useful to visualize the data set. Okay, so real data set we will also use. So actually the thing is a regular presence in the lecture. Okay, everything we will do. So here we have again the examples here. Data type. Okay, so this part I can skip. This part I can skip. You can easily cover because these are the only data type. Okay, so here, as you know, in teaser we have discussed about float we have discussed, about string we have already discussed. Okay, so Boolean. In the Boolean we have true and false only. Okay, a store true and false values because this is useful when the we apply any statement. So the statement will be always either true or false. So for that, these Boolean information very useful. Okay, so in Python we use the true as T in uppercase and in false F in uppercase. Okay, so these are the ways. So when you will execute this shell, this will return. Is it running true? Is it running false? Okay, list. List is very, very important. So in the list, we can have various type of the items and how we can store, just like we have the different fruit names. Okay, apple, banana, cherry. Okay, these are different name of the fruits. And we can store all these in this variable. Okay. And number is 3.195 and we can check its value also. Okay, so when you will check the type of the numbers, so I have to enter here print function for fruits. So this list will print, control and enter. So this is the list, you can see this is the list. Okay, and class we are using for numbers. If you will check the class of fruits, okay, control and enter. Now you can see the class of fruits we have is list. Okay, so in the list you can have a different type of, just like can be all the data string. We can have numerical values, just like integer and float value. We can have list of list. So in the various way we can use list variable to store the value. Okay, that can be single variable, ordered and changeable. Then next we have the tuple. Okay, many times we use tuples to plot the graph in the pair form. Okay, in the case of 2D, we have x and y two variable. If we have three variable, then x comma y comma z. And for that we are using this type of the bracket, circle bracket. Okay. So here you can see this is the coordinate. Okay, coordinate and 10 comma 20. The value of x is 10 and that of y we have is 20. Then we have the colors. There are three colors, red, green and blue. Okay, so we have stored as a tuple, and specifically we can use this term for machine learning, image processing. Okay, and then we return here, print the color coordinate. Then you can see the other colors. So the values which we store here in coordinates and colors we are using here for the color coordinate and for the colors. And if you want to check the type, we can do control and enter. Okay, so here you can see this value we have added space. These are the coordinate and these are the colors. And we use here class for color. If you are using coordinate here, that is also tuple. This is also tuple. So both, just like you can see, colors and coordinate, both are tuple. Then we have the dictionary, very important part. Okay, so dictionary will be very useful to store the values, but use keys to store the value, key value pairs. Okay, so the first part will be key and the second part will be value. Okay, so specifically if you will observe to create the data frame, highly useful this dictionary. Okay, so see here we have a student and here we store here some information. This is the name, this is the key, this is the value, then comma. This is the second key, age, this is the value. So between them, there will be colon sign. So value can be any string, value can be list, value can be any number, whether it is a integer or the float value. Okay, we can have multiple entries, but here we are using single entries only. Okay, then we can have the grade. Okay, so here we are using in the different way. So by using the key only, we can extract the value. Just like you can see, this is the variable where we store this information. Okay, so just we are required to use only the key. This is the key. And when we will use key, just like you can see here in this example, and this is a way how you can extract any element from the data set. So student is one variable where we have stored some information using key and their values. So to extract any information about any key, we have to use only the key. Similarly, in the second, we have the age, and third, we have the grade. And these are string which we have mentioned here. The student name is, then the student age is, then student grade is. So when you will execute, so you can see their respective information, Johan, age, this one. So all these are returned by using only the key value, keys. Okay. So this is the use of key, and sometimes when we have very large data set and by using the key, if we have the dictionary and data set is in the form of by using dictionary, or we can easily manipulate all these values. Here is also one more example here. You can see this is the key and value, key and value, key and value. Okay, but here all the information are in the single line. Okay, you can manage like in this way also. Okay, so if you are using to print the course, then this will return data site. If you are using here age, then this will return age. Okay, if you are using here address plus name, then this will print only name. Okay, so actually this information help us to store the information in the backend, and in the front when you are entering the name, so this will return automatically their respective values. Okay, so here is the set. Set is also very useful, store the unique items only and no duplicates. As you can see here, we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 11. 11 is 2 times. 11 is 2 times. And we use here curly bracket. You can see. Okay, see the bracket which we use here to create the set. Okay, so when you will store the values in the set, so only the unique values will be there when you will print. So this will help us to remove the duplicate entries in the data set. This is the application. So here you can see the duplicate values are there. And when I will execute, you can see all the unique values are there. Okay. So here we have some common use of the dictionary. So the same example, you can see assess the value we have done here. By using the dictionary, we can assess any element. Okay, so here we are assessing the value name. You can use age, okay, just like you can see. The name is this one. We use here this key. This is the key, and the same key we are using here. Sometimes if you need to update the value and you need to add some new variable, we can do. Just like adding or updating the value. Here you can see grade. In this set, we don't have grade. But if you want to store, we can do, you will use your student, then give the name of the new variable which you want to store and insert the value. This is the value of the new variable. Okay. And here the age of student is 21. If you want to update the age is 28. So when you will execute to print the student information, you can see age is 28. So this age has been updated. The grade was not there in this data set, but here you can see grade is there. So in this way, you can update the data set whenever we need such type of the updation in our data set. You can use this syntax, how we can update the values. Similarly, sometimes if you are required to remove the value, remove the item, we can do. See, if grade in the student, del is used here to delete the value. Student, grade, and student dot pop age. So age and grade both will be removed by using these three statements and see the syntax. Okay, pop will also used for to delete the value. Okay, control and enter. Only one variable left, that is name. If checking for key, okay, by using key, if you want to check the data set whether this exists or not. So as you know, this new data set, we don't have this grade. If put the name of the key in student, meaning is that we want to check whether this grade key is there or not in the data set. Okay, so name exists or not. So when you will execute, you can see there is no output because this variable not exist. If you are using here name, okay, so here in this data set which we have update, now you can see name exists. This variable exists in our data set. So in this way, by using this operation, we can check the variable whether this variable is exist or not in our data set. Okay. Then looping through the dictionary. Okay. So here we are using key and value. So this is the for loop. For loop will work according to our data set, how many entries are there. So this will start by using 0. Okay, because in Python, index is starting from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to. So here we apply for loop for two variable. One is key and other is value. Okay, both we want to print simultaneously in student item. This is the data set, student item. Then when you will execute, if control and enter. So there is only one key there and the value. If I execute this statement, so the data set has been updated. Data set has been updated and come here at place. So now this will use this data. Okay, see control and enter. So the loop will take first name key and its value, then second key grade, its value, then its third key and its value. Okay, so this is the way how you can use loop in dictionary. Okay, so when we have a lot of information, only by using the key, we can print all the information. And there are so many applications of this when you develop some software. Okay, and here is also getting all the keys or values. So just like student dot key, return all the keys. Okay, and when you will use the student dot values, this will return all the values. Just like you can see here, control and so these are the keys in one group and values in the other group separately. Okay, so here we have the operations based on addition, subtraction, multiplication. Yeah, you can go through all these, but I will discuss this float function. Okay, so float division, divide and return the whole number part. Just like you can see, we are using here the value is 7.98. Okay, and for the division we are using single, but for the float division we are using double. Okay, so when I will execute, you can see the value is 3. And if you are using single, single is division. So actually, when you will divide 7.98 by 2, the value is 3.99. But if you have the floor division, okay, so in that case, the left first integer will be taken. Okay. Similarly, if you want to get the remainder, okay, return the remainder after division. What is the remainder? When you will do so, this is the operation percentage known as modulus. Just like if you want to divide it 12 by 5, 12 by 5, control and enter. The remainder will be 2. If you are using uh, 7, okay, and if you are using 11, remainder is 1. Okay, then we talk about this operation also, exponentiation. Okay, so raises the first number to the power of the second. Okay, so here you can see control and enter 2 raised to power 3, 8, 2 raised to power 4, we can have 16. Okay, now these operations which you can see here, comparison. Okay, comparison is also very useful. If I will take here one new shelf. See, if we are using A is equal to 5, so the single equal we are using to store the value. Control and here we can print. Here we can print A. Okay, this is fine. But if we are using A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 6 and A equal to B. C is equal to A equal to B. Then print C. What is the meaning? Okay, or either directly we can use here 5 is equal to 6. Okay, we can directly use it like in this way. So this is the logical comparison. This can be true or false. This can be true or false. We are comparing this sign which we use here equal 2 times. This is the comparison between left side and right side. What are the values? So these will be true or false. And this logical statement we store inside C variable by using single equal sign. Okay, so what is the information in this, whether it is true or false, store inside C, and here we are using C to print the value, whether this is true or not. If you are using 5 equal to 5, this is true. Okay, so now you can have different type of the operations, just like we can do here. 5 is equal to 5, you can have 5 less than 5. You can have 5 greater than 5. Okay, you can have 6 here. You can use less than. Okay, 5 is less than 6. Okay, if you are using here 5 is less than 5, it is false. But if you are using here 5 less than or equal to 5, then it is true. Okay, so these are the some comparison examples. So here you can see this example, then you can see not equal to, we have this symbol, this is not equal to true. Okay, the greater than example, we have less than example, we have greater than and equal to, and we have less than and equal to. Okay, so all type of the examples are there, and that descriptions also we add here for future use. This will help you. Then we have the logical operations. So here we are using AND function. So if both the statement are true and true. Okay, here is AND function, logical AND. Okay, here is also logical AND. If both are true, then true. If one of them is false, then false. Okay, so I hope you have studied all these operations. Similarly, we can have logical NOT. So NOT true means false, not false means true, opposite. Okay, reverse the Boolean true value. We can do in this. Here is the assignment variable. These operations are also very, very useful, very important. Okay, and see here, only we store the value and print here. You can understand. But in the next statement, next example, what is the meaning of plus equal? Plus equal means just like we have taken the value of x is 10 and x plus equal is equal to 5. The meaning of this operation is x plus 5. X is this value. So 10 plus 5 will be 15. This will be the value of x. So x is equal to x plus 5 means this value will be used at this place and update the value and return the value. Okay, you can see. Okay, and if here is 15 plus 10, 25. So this will automatically update the value of x by using this one, and this operation will be used here. Got the idea? Similarly, we can have further subtraction. Okay, the meaning of this minus equal is x equal to x minus 3. So the value of x is 15, and when you will use this operation means x equal to 15 minus 3. This will return 12. And again we have the product equal. It means x is equal to x product 2. Okay, if the value of x is 12, then meaning of this one is twice x, and it will return 24. If you have, sometimes we have to use this in writing the program, backslash equal is equal to 4. Okay, so the meaning is x will be divided by 4. The value is of x is 24. So 24 by 4. Okay, which is 6. Similarly, if we have the same function, floor divide. Okay, so how you can use? You can use x is equal to 7.9. You can change the value also. Okay, I am using the same value. Suppose that it is actually I have to update this some information also. Okay, so backslash is equal to, so this will apply this operation. X double backslash 2. So this we are using for floor division. Okay. So this will return the value accordingly. And what about this percentage and equal? Then you can see X percentage 2. Okay. Modulus and assign the value. Then you can have this operation. Okay. The meaning of this operation is X cube. Okay. The meaning is X cube. So if you are using here 2, then this will return. Okay. The value is 2. Control and enter. 8. If you are using here 3, I think you got the idea how we are using, and this is again the same comparison for logical statement. So, dear participant, if there is any doubt related to this chapter number 2, any question, please feel free to ask. Anyone, if you have any doubt? Okay, good. No doubt. Then I have the third chapter. I can save the file by using Control S. Okay, so here we have control flow and conditional statement and loop. Very, very interesting. And I have 30 minutes. And during this 30 minutes, I can easily cover all these concepts. Okay. So, what is exactly the control flow? So when we write the various statement of the programming and we want that your program work according to your instruction. Okay, so that is the control flow in the Python refers to the order in which the individual statement, instructions, functions are executed within the program, which you have write. Okay, and it is used to make the decisions and repeat actions using conditional statement, just like we can have if else, if else. Okay, and loop. There are two types: for loop and while loop. Okay, so control flow enables program to react dynamically to a different input and the conditions. Okay, so here we are using uh, what is the condition statement that allows to decide and work according to the block wise if the condition is fulfilled. So here we have is the if statement. So there will be only one single condition. Okay. So if the condition is true, the block will execute. If the condition is not true, no output, just as you show, as I have shown in the one example. Okay. So see here, x is equal to, we taken here, x is equal to -9. We can take first positive value. Okay. And we apply here condition. This is the condition. When you will say if you will get the marks more than 90. Okay. If the value is greater than 5, then what happen? If the marks are greater than 90, what will be? So either the condition will be true or false. So the action will be taken only if the condition is true. Okay, otherwise no action. So see here, if x is greater than 5, x is greater than 5. Okay, the value of x is 9. When I will execute, I have the output. So any value which is greater than 5, this will return. Just like if I take here 6, if I will take here 5.5, 5.5. Okay, no problem, 5.6. Then if you are taking 5, this is the problem. No output because 5 cannot be greater than 5. Condition is not true because we have applied the condition only x is greater than 5. Then this will be true and the block will work. Okay, for any value which is less than or equal to 5, this will not execute. You can take any value, whether it is a negative. So all the negative values are less than 5. Okay, so this is the condition, one condition only. Okay, so if sometimes uh, we can we have the we can have both the conditions. Just like if you will get more than 90% marks. Okay, if not get, then what? If the marks are less than 90, then what you will do? Okay, so we apply here, we will act according both the output, whether it is true or whether it is false, both the action will be there. Okay, see here in this example, you will clearly understand. So here we put the temperature is 16. Okay, so this is the first condition. If the temperature is less than and equal to 15, it's called wear jacket. Okay, if this condition is not true, okay, then else, then what is the other option? It means the temperature is greater than 15. Then this action will be taken. Else, this is the other action. The weather is fine, no jacket needed. You can check it. Very simple examples I try to give here so that everyone can understand. So here you can see the value is 16. This condition is not satisfied. This condition is false. So this block will not execute. And if this condition is false, then this block will be executed. If you will take here, the value is 14. See, so these are the instructions which are given by you. You will give the instruction to the Python, how you should work, how you should act. Okay, so you will apply some conditional statements, some conditions are required, and according to the conditions which you will apply, the Python automatically work accordingly. Okay, so just you must clear the concept how we can apply. Secondly, similarly, we have one more example here, exam result evaluation grading application here. Okay, so you can see marks are 39. If the marks are greater than 40, okay, congratulations, you passed the exam. So this is the minimum requirement, okay, to pass the exam. If marks are less than 40, so marks must be greater than or equal to 40. But if the marks are less than 40, then sorry, you failed. Better luck next time. So only these marks, according to these marks, this block will act. See, if you are taking here 40, okay, so you can take any value which is greater than 40. So for that, the result will be pass. Okay. Similarly, we can have even and odd number detector. Even and odd number. So whether the number which you have is even or odd. So what you will do, you have to apply the condition C here, 12. Number modulus 2 means divided by 2. If it is equal to 0, okay, all the even number will be divisible by 2. Okay, so if these are divided by 2, the remainder will be always 0. Okay, so what we are doing, we apply here condition and see. So when you will divide, this remainder must be equal to 0. remainder must be equal to 0. And on the right hand side, you can see 0. So 0 is equal to 0. It means the number which you have chosen is 2, is divisible by 2. Divisible by 2. The remainder is 0. So that's why this condition is satisfied which you have applied at the place. And if this condition is true, then this block will say the number which you have put here is even number. If the condition is not satisfied, means the number is not divisible by 2, then it is odd number. And you can play with the code. Okay, if you are taking here 13. So now the program which you have write at base is will work according to your input, because you have give some instructions at a place, and according to your instruction, this will work. Okay, so these are when you have two options only, true and false, and for both you want to ask take action accordingly. But sometimes we have multiple outputs. Multiple check conditions are required in the sequence. Okay, for that case, we have to use if, elif, else. Actually, in C or C++, we use here if, else. Okay, but here we have if, elif, else. So this is the for last one. See here better understanding. You can see how we can use them. So when we have multiple outputs, and according to that, we have to take decision. Just like you can see here, a real example we have grade classification system application we want to develop by using these operation. Okay, so if the marks are greater than 90, we have grade A. Okay, but if the marks are less than 90 but greater than 75, greater than or equal to 75, this condition is fail, then this will check the next condition. And you can see here we have alif. It means this is the second condition. Okay, this is used for third condition. Okay, so when we have multiple conditions, how you can manage them, how you can give the instructions. So for that, we have to use this operation. Okay, so here, this is the first condition. If this condition is false, then this is the second condition. If alif marks are greater than and equal to 75, the grade is B. If the marks are not greater than 75, it means these are less than 75, but greater than and equal to 60. Okay, grade C. And if the marks are less than 60, then you put here grade D. So here for the last statement, we are using else. Okay. So here you can add one more condition, just like I am writing here, alif. I am using here alif. Marks are greater than and equal to 40. Print grade D. Okay. And if the marks are less than 40, then fail. Okay. So see, you can check here. Now all these are working accordingly or not. Suppose that I have the marks are 95. First condition is true. Grade is A. If suppose that marks are 80, grade B, because 80 are less than 90, so this block will not execute. Condition is false. Okay, but here The condition is satisfied, marks are greater than and equal to 75. That's why, according to this condition, we have grade B. If you are taking here 55, grade D. Okay, so marks are 55, not greater than 60, but greater than 40. Less than 60, but greater than 40. Okay, grade D. If you have the marks 39. Okay, so all the conditions which you have apply here, this program will work accordingly. So these are the instructions which you put here. So according to the condition, first condition which will met, the block will execute. Okay. Similarly, you can have the age group identification. You will try this example yourself. You can use this example yourself. You will try this example yourself. Okay. Similar type examples, but different way. Okay. Now we can have the loops in Python. So what are the loop in the Python? Loops are used to execute a block, a code repeatedly as long as specified the condition is met. Okay. They are essential for automating repeated tasks. Many times we can observe that we can have various type of the tasks which are repeatedly we have to perform. Okay, for that we can use Renubala. No, sir. Okay. Loops in the Python. Okay, we are talking about a loop. So there are two types of the loop. We have for loop and while loop. When we use the for loop, just like we have the data type, list, tuple, string, and range. Okay, so we can use for loop used to iterate over a sequence. Okay, so the number of the steps or the iterations are already defined. We know how many steps are required depend upon the list of number of the element in the list or range or in the string. Okay, we know how many numbers are there. But in the case of while, repeat a block of a code while the condition is true. So here we don't know how many iterations are required, but we have the condition only. So until the condition is not true, this while loop will work accordingly. Okay, here are we have some examples. Just like you can see, this is the list. And in this list, we have three food names. Okay, and this is the example how we can use for x is variable value, one element of these in fruits. So fruit is the entire group, this one, and x is one element from the group. Okay, so this will take one by one, starting from very beginning by using the index 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and return the value. You can see control and factor. Okay, so these in the same order, apple, banana, cherry are there at this place. Similarly, we can use iterating over the tuple. So this is the tuple and store in the group numbers. And you can see the difference in this one and in this one. Similar. Okay, only group name is different. Okay, this is the variable name. You can take it as a y, then this is y. Okay, so you can see control and enter. Okay, 3, 2, 1 in the same order we have. Then you can see the iterating over the string. If you have the string, just like you can see Python. Python is a string. So these are the characters. Okay, so for character in name. So this is the entire data set. So when you will execute, okay, so one by one element will be taken from this code. Python, Python. All the characters are there in the same order. Python is simple language. See now. Okay. Here is a space. So here you can see space. Okay, space is also one element. Okay, space is also one element. Is is, then simple you can see. Okay, then again we have space here between simple and language. So we have space here also. This is the empty value. Okay. So here iterating using the range. So here you can see for I in range 10. So here range we are taking 10. So C, control and enter. So the values will be 10, but starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. The range is 10. It means the total numbers which you are observing here are 10. But in the Python, the index is starting from 0. That's why these are 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Okay. So highest number is 9, lowest is 0, and total numbers we have 10. So this is the use of for loop. And here is for loop control statement. Just like sometimes we are required to break the statement, exit the loop according to apply the condition. Just like you can see in this example, break will execute the loop. Just like for I in the range, we have the same. And this is the condition. If I is equal to 7, so the 7 number I is one element from this range. So that number when will be equal to 7 when this condition will met. Okay, then this will break. This will stop. See, control. So the value here is 7. So up to 7 numbers are there. If you are taking here 3, okay, only 3 elements are there. Okay, so this is the condition which we have applied at place. One less. Okay. Similarly, you can have skip the current value. If you will apply continuous, the second one we have is continue. So when you will apply the continue, okay, so this number will skip from this range. You can see this is 0, 1, 2, 4. 3 number is not there. If you are using 2, okay, so the number which you will assign here, okay, so this will skip the number and continue. And this is pass. Okay, not much use for us, but we will not use anywhere. Specifically, this is the only the placeholder or does nothing. So this is the only the operation, but for its application, if you are developing some software, in that case, it can be useful. Otherwise, there is no use anywhere. Okay, software like when you have some data like a group, you fix the range, just like entries are starting from 0, and you have assigned the group 5 number each. So when the one counting is over, one group will be complete, then next group will start. Okay, so in that case, we can use this. Otherwise, for data science computing purpose, we are not required. Only for those people who want to develop some software which can be used for useful for industry. In that case, we can apply this operation. And this is the while. This is the while loop. Last example. Okay. Last example of the today's session. So here you can see we apply here uh, less than and equal to 5. Okay. So count is starting from -5. Count is starting from -5. So can we do from 0? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if I do here 4, so see These values and these values are same, no difference. No difference. Because here we taken the step size is 1. Okay. But if you have 0.5, we know this value. Up to this value, this must be executed when the count is less than or equal to 4. So this is the condition. So according to this condition, here we don't know how many iterations are required. Okay. But this will work according to this condition. When this condition is satisfied, it will automatically stop. You can have any step size, just like I take here 0.1, control and we don't know how many steps will be there. We don't know the number of the iterations, but we know the value. We know the value. Okay. So if you take here 2, then we have these values. If we have 3, okay. So according to the step size which you will mention here, okay, this will work. So various ways we applied here, and you can check it by manipulating the values. Okay, so this is the main difference between for loop and while loop. In the case of for loop, we know the number of the iterations. Okay, we know. But in the case of while loop, we don't know. We have only the condition. We know the condition, but don't know about the iterations. So these are the difference between all these operations which we discuss. And these operations, specifically the chapter number 3, based on conditional statement, highly useful to write the program. And I hope that you will follow all these chapters 3, and all these chapters will be available in your WhatsApp group and you must complete. So if you have any question, you can ask from me. Do you have any question? Okay. So, dear face, now we use for the remainder. Okay, when you will divide, this will return the remainder value. Praful Thakur. Okay. So some of the names are very familiar. Praful Kumar Thakur and Shyam Sundar. Okay. Renu Bala madam, I think you have participated in the previous sessions, previous programs also. Yes, yes, yes. So uh, now it is time. If you don't have any question, we can conclude the session. Marcin, how are you? Are you there? Mr. Marcin Isbayu Putra. You are from, are you able to unmute your mic? Okay. Yes, dear face, we can conclude the session. I will share the recording. Please, sir, how do I access yesterday's note? Yeah, I have shared in the WhatsApp group and the recordings also will be there. Once again, I will share the yesterday's note and PPT. You can, okay. Fatima Khalid, did you join yesterday or not? When you joined the WhatsApp group? Okay, I will reshare the same content in the WhatsApp group. Okay, you can access them. So first I will share the today's content. There will be 3 files. And then after, along with I will share the yesterday's content. Okay. Okay, dear participant, thank you to attend the entire session. And some of the participants are not able to stay during late time. Okay, so thank you and conclude the session, dear Faiz. Over to you.
Yes, sir. As we conclude day 2 of our 1 week international workshop on Python, Essentials for Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning and Data Science, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Meher Chand for delivering another engaging and insightful session. Today's lecture provided us with a comprehensive understanding of Python data structures, including strings, lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, file handling, exception handling, modules, and packages. Through the hands-on exercises, including the student record system, text processing, dictionary applications, and file reading and writing, we gained valuable practical experience that strengthened our programming skills and deepened our understanding of Python's real-world applications. I encourage everyone to revisit today's examples, practice the hands-on exercises independently, and continue experimenting with these concepts. A strong command of Python data structures is fundamental to building efficient applications in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. I would also like to thank all participants for your enthusiasm, active participation, and thoughtful interactions throughout today's session. Your commitment to learning continues to make this workshop an engaging and enriching experience for everyone. Thank you all for being a part of today's session. Have a pleasant evening, and we look forward to having you for day 3 of the workshop.
Thanks, dear participant, and good night. Tomorrow we will resume the session at the same time.